Alright, so today in the shop we got a Husqvarna hydrostatic ride-on lawnmower. Picked this up for a friend. Paid $200 for it. Came with a plow, tire chains, and the machine. Machine's got 626 hours on it, so it's really not terrible. Starts up no problem, but if you notice right here, there's a sign that says turn off the gas. Previous owner explained it to me that the needle for the float is sticking, so I'm gonna have to get in that carburetor and figure out why it's sticking. Might just order a rebuild kit or like an aftermarket carburetor. See if I can swap the float over to this Walboro. I took a quick look at it, and all I did was pull off the air cover, or the air filter cover. Doesn't look terrible. So, gonna get some parts, give this thing a tune-up, and go from there. Alright, it's been a couple days. Ordered parts, got a full tune-up kit, new spark plugs, clamps, new fuel valve that I'm not going to use, new fuel filter I'm not going to use, new air filter. In this box is a new oil filter. And then here we have a little Chinese carb. So I'm going to go through, pull out these two bolts. They look like 10 millimeters. I'm going to take this air filter fixture off, take the carburetor off, and see if we can get this new one to work. Got the new carburetor in there. Came with one of these universal connectors. You've got a power, you've got a ground. It's all hooked up. Turn the fuel on, grab the key, start her up. I can put the new air filter on now since I'm here. So the air filter inside this little air filter guy here, there was a foam cover for grass particles. Very nice, excellent $15 tune-up kit on Amazon. I'm gonna put it with that seam on the outside. Cover the filter material. Go over here, line it up. It'll go there. Got this cover, little ring nut guy. Now I'll tear into the other carburetor and explain why we replaced it, but from what it was explained to me when I picked this up for my buddy was if you left the fuel valve on, it would flood the cylinder. So I think the float was sticking. Now I don't know if it's an electronic float, because it kind of looks like it, because there's a connector down at the bottom of the carburetor. But regardless, sometimes these cheap little knockoff carburetors will fix that up rather easily. So gotta get this on. Alright, so it's back together. We'll go through, grab the key, give it a test fire, and see what she does. Alright, so to start this beast, key goes in the ignition. I'm gonna turn it to choke, fuel is on, and we'll give her a fire. Get rid of that. Turn it down off a choke. It has gas. Old bad stinky gas, but it has gas. Oh, it might not fire because I'm not on the seat. Here, put the weight down on the seat. Let's try this again. This joke. About to fart, about to start there. You heard that?
Let me like sit on it. So
yeah, just sit on it. there's a switch on these seats. Battery probably needs to be charged. Hopefully it doesn't need to be replaced. Yeah, just go ahead and turn it. Nope. Try it again. Nah, battery's dead. All right, we'll put the battery on the charger. We'll come back to it once the battery's charged up. All right, so as you can hear, mower's idling beautifully. Got a new spark plug to put in it, right here. Got a new filter. Got oil in the garage. Just letting it warm up a little bit so I could get the oil to flow better. Spark plug gets gapped to 30 thousandths. I went through, I charged the battery, and it held the charge for a little while, but I actually ended up going and picking up a new battery for the mower. And when I started it, it was redlining, and I found an issue with the carburetor. This right here, it bent because I tried knocking it out. It's the linkage that holds the throttle blade. On the old carburetor, this linkage is just slightly smaller than it is on the new carburetor. So this was rubbing up against the engine case, and it sat there and had the engine running at redline. So I ended up taking the old throttle blade assembly, putting it in the new carburetor, and as you heard, she runs beautifully. So I'm gonna go through, drain the oil, change the filter, put new spark plug in it, and I'll call this tune-up done. All right, so just to recap, we worked on the carburetor on this thing, changed the oil. When you change the oil, there's a little spigot here on the side of these Kohler engines. You can see, let me put this in. See this right here? You twist and then pull out, twist it like that and then pull out with the cap off. That's how the oil drains out. It's got a new air filter in the box. I changed the spark plug, which is right here. You need an extension. It's got a new fuel valve, new fuel filter. I put the plow mount on it. So the plow mount bolts up here to this arm. And then there's a pin. There's two pins with this bar. And the plow just slides in there. There's another lever that sits on the left side of the tractor, bolts into the frame, that you use to control the tilt. But that doesn't go on until the deck gets dropped and the plow gets mounted. So I've got a couple weeks here until we put that on. I told my buddy that it needs a new seat. So we'll see what we do in the future for a seat, because this one is jacked up. You can get one online for like $100. I went through, put a brand new battery in it. So battery's changed. And she looks like she's ready to mow and do some plowing. Got the tractor for $200. Put less than $100 into it. So for $300, we got us a nice little plowing machine. You guys like this kind of content? Like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.